Hey everyone, welcome back. So, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I was going on Reddit, okay? And I was going through AIT, I'm an asshole posts and all of that. Then I saw this interesting one. It was about movies. So, I'm not a professional or anything, but when I saw that movie, I did have some strong opinions about it, honestly. I mean, I don't know, not many people feel like it or what. But when I spoke to some of my gym friends about it, one of the girls had told me that, yeah, there are people like that, but I don't know. I've never seen people like that. But before I talk about it, I found it to be the most illogical thing ever. Illogical in the sense, like, there were a lot of plots missing. It felt like a propaganda, proper propaganda, literally. It just felt like, what's wrong? What's happening? So the movie is Idli Kadai. Okay, it's a Tamil movie. Dhanush was the main lead in it. So the story is something along the lines of where his father owns a idli shop, a pop like known for its taste and all of that. And Dhanush, when he grows up, he asks to make a franchise, and the father is like, no. So this guy moves out. He moves to Malaysia. Malaysia or I don't know. Yeah, I think Malaysia it is. So there he climbs step by step, and he's set to become the son-in-law of a you know hotelier. I believe he's a hotelier, or he owns a bunch of restaurants and chain of restaurants. I believe. I'm not. I watched it a while ago, but that's the premise. But what happens? He wants to get married to this girl, and the father is like, "No, I'm not coming." First thing. Second thing, he passes away a few days before the main lead's wedding. So he emergency, like he comes back, like he takes care of the rites and all of that. Then his mother passes away. Like before she passes away, she tells the story of the Idli Kadai and all of that. So he is very impacted by that. So when he was there, she also passes away, and there is this character Nithya Menon who is gonna be the main lead, like the female lead actually. So she takes care of, she's passive aggressive, anger, like she's passive aggressively angry over him because he left them behind and all of that. And pretty much then he slowly becomes like his father. He tries to like set up the idli kadai once again, like the idli shop once again. But there is a hindrance where the girl he was supposed to marry, his like her brother, is a bad guy. I mean, he has a lot of what do you call it? I'm rich kind of behavior, and that guy comes, so they both have a tussle. That's pretty much the premise, and how our lead, like, does he go back or does he stay back, or is he gonna make it into a franchise like he wanted back in the day when he completed his graduation? That's pretty much the premise. So there are some illogical things, like if he was that rich, he could have set up the house. Let's just get into it because I don't want to give out too much. I want to give my opinions while reading this. So that's pretty much is what it is. And when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is interesting, like something that I would want to talk about because I did have a lot of strong opinions about this. So that's that. Let me just find it. So it was posted on Tamil subreddit, I believe. It was posted on r slash Collywood by Trump is my dad. So the title was "You can't find a dumb protagonist than this in entire film industry." I would disagree a bit, but let's see. So waited for the entire movie to see the moment where he decides to expand his business and makes his father recipe popular. But nah, bro chose to live a miserable life. Yes. First thing, let me talk about this. Literally, that was his plan, right? That he wanted to make a franchise and all of that throughout the movie. I was hoping he would come back. Like, when he comes back, he would expand it like he always wanted to. That was his main goal. First thing. Then we have some top comments. He worked in an elite catering company in Malaysia for years, but yet in the village he acted like he had no savings. He had moved his money to an Indian account. He could have developed his dad's business. Honestly, my biggest take on this is his family still lives in a very old house. I understand people have bonding to certain houses. I get that. But there were no basic necessities in that house. The washroom, the kambal he sleeps on, like basic necessities. If you were supposed to get married to a heiress, like basically a hotel or chain, like hotel chain or a catering heiress, which means you also had money, logically speaking, and you don't have basic necessities at your home. You cannot tell me that oh, his father did not agree for the money to be coming in. His father had that particular Idli Kadai for so many years. What? Assuming that the main lead was 30, his father was 20 when he had him. He's 50 years old, and that particular Kadai is very popular in all of the stick, basically. So he must have made a lot of money. And but you do not have basic necessities at all. Logic is not logicking with this. So then we have our next top comment. Where was it? Yes. Because the movie aims to make stupid comparisons such as village good, city bad. Even the cop who take bribe in village do good. Meanwhile, in reality, everything is grey. Village develops into city when it's big enough. Village people are city people in some way as well. Honestly, the truth. The police, he was bad guy the whole time, but suddenly, some realization kicks into him, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take care of him." Right? I have nothing much to say about it. And then we have one Malayalam movie reviewer said the best part of the movie was when the stupid Idli shop got. I'm going to hell, but I found it so soothing when the idli shop actually caught fire because I was expecting, I was honestly expecting he would develop it into proper hotel because I understand. Like I was hoping that he takes that doing this thing. I don't know that batter making thing, and he puts it as the main thing to get the actual shop, actual restaurant or something because he had the money. He had the money because he was in Malaysia for so many years. He must be having savings, but you and I felt so stupid when he and Nitya Menon they were falling in love and they started doing with mitti basically. Who does that? Who does that in the big 2000s? I don't know which year it was actually, but it is 2000s. Everybody uses cement bricks or regular bricks. You cannot tell me that like just to be like his father, he did that. What do you call it? Clay. He took the clay and he did. Stupidity at its finest. And we have one more comment saying, so dumb that bro didn't even realize that he was guilt tripped by his dad into stop chasing his dreams. Similar one. Dude, and the part in the beginning, how casually they refused to come to his wedding and just to expect him to be okay with it. Starting 10 minutes itself, I was like, everybody should. Yes. Here, in this movie, the whole time, the father is the biggest gaslighter ever. Like the whole time, the father does not want his son to go to the village, one thing. Second thing, he does not encourage him, and he does not want to go to his wedding. What the fuck is wrong with him? He says that I don't remember the exact dialogue, but something along the lines of like whatever you want, good for you. Like I want good for you always. No, he does not want, because he lived in poverty. He wants the son to live in poverty. Basically, that's how it fucking feels. Yeah, and. The good one. This is good one actually. Yes, dumbest ever. Glorifying not growing business and staying at the same level throughout. Sure, for each their own, but it triggered everything. Honestly, because what's the point? What's the point if you're not growing? In this economy, you cannot tell me it makes sense that you just do everything like your father did, because he was like from what, 90s? In the 90s, you can, not 90s, okay. I was first class in 2007. I used to get 4 idli for 2 rupees. 4 idli. Or else 3 idli and 1 vada for 2 rupees. Now, I mean, that was in village, but even now in the village, if you go, for 30 rupees, you get 4 idlis without vada. I don't make the rules. That's economy. And you cannot tell me that it doesn't work like that. Stupid, absolute stupidity. And I have a comment here which is very relatable. As someone who's born in village and from a low middle class family, this is the stupidest movie. Why his parents even refused to attend his marriage function also. Then like some other editor response. Both him and his father are dumb as fuck. If only his father accepted for franchises, his son would have stayed with him, which according to me is quite reasonable ask from his son. And they could have been one big happy family. Instead, his father ego was so much that it. Yeah, like what's wrong with the father? Like he was not logical at all throughout the movie. And Dhanush, who was logical at the beginning, turned out to be a dumb. I mean, not Dhanush, the act, like the role that he was playing in that particular movie. He turned out to be a Dumbo at the end of the day. Like, just because he went with that one particular calf, and he just lied down, and because the calf was born, his father's presence. I was in a village, a proper village, until for a significant amount of time, until my 5th class actually. And nobody, I'm telling you, nobody lived the way that he does. Like the father does. And my biggest question is, you wake up at 3, you go, you do the puja and all. So you sit down to do the batter for the whole village and the people coming in. What kind of logic is that? I understand. You do the first round and then you put it in the machine. And also one more thing. Who makes dosa like that? Who makes dosa like that? Because as I remember, being a South Indian and from Tamil roots, I'm not Tamilian by the way, but from Tamil roots, you don't do like that. We make the batter the day before so that, I don't know what it's called, the fulna, that happens. And it is good for the next day. We don't just make the batter and do make idlis. We don't do that. Nobody does that. Maybe some people, some exceptions, but nobody does that. No sane person does that. That's pretty much it. Like the most logicless movie ever. Yeah, there is, but there is one more also. There is a Telugu movie called Idli Kadai. It infuriated me so much the whole time I was watching. I was like, there is going to be a point when he realizes this. We'll talk about that in the next few videos. But yeah, that's pretty much my frustration about Idli Kadai. Like, I watched this in 2 days' time, okay? Uh, like the previous day I started it, I didn't have enough time to finish it. I was excited. Like I completed the first half, and it was until the time that the antagonist, the girl he was supposed to marry, her brother, comes to India. Until that part I saw, and I was hopeful. Okay, I was expecting it to be like he comes, they have a fight, but the hero actually turns out to be smart, and he, builds a hotel, a restaurant, a chain. He becomes like rich. I mean, he doesn't want to be rich. I get that, but there was no logic throughout the time. And Nithya Menon is another. I don't want to. I don't want to say the word, but why was she frustrated the whole time? I get that. I get that. She was closer to his family, but like blind leading blind, dumb leading dumb, idiots leading idiots, or idiots supporting idiots. In Telugu, there is a saying, "Cheri murkula manasu ranjinparadu," but both are murkulu, which means they can entertain each other. The translation for that word was like you can't be with uh, an idiot or a dumbo or murk basically and entertain them if you're not like talking according to their standards or you're not according to their standards. But here, everybody were dumb. Everybody were dumb. I understand. I mean, the antagonist, I felt it was valid to some extent. Like he had ego and all of that. But where I felt valid was, I mean, he got angry because his sister, like, she went through humiliation and all of that. I get it. I mean, Danush could have communicated it better, but I mean, the role played by Danush could have been communicated better. But that's it. And let's see in the next video. I won't be just doing rants, by the way. I'll cover other things also, but this is basically my rant. Yeah. Click a like and leave a comment and subscribe. Until next time. Bye.